It's your host, Dominique, and we back in the building with JBdaPilot. He found it. What's good?
We here.
What's good? What's good? JB, on my show, it's called By Any Means Necessary. So I'm going to put you on the spot.
All right, we ready
and I'm
for
going to
that.
ask you a question.
All right, I'm ready.
By any means necessary, whether it be for you, your family, VA, your career, whatever, what is it that you will do by any means necessary?
I will do anything that will not sacrifice my integrity or, any of my close associates and put us at harm. But that's what we're willing to do. That's what I'm willing to do by any means.
I love it. I love it. So you are an integral young man.
That's right. It's very important across all aspects, music, love life, all that.
Nice. I love it. That's what's up. So JB, I met JB. He had a listening party for his album. And let me tell you, so people send me music all the time.
All right.
And I'm like, okay. And Batman, that's my dude. So if he said he should be doing an event, I'm going to show up and I'm going to expect great things because it's him. But I was like, you still at the back of your mind, you be like, what you about to get? What you about to hear?
You was down with me?
When not you per se. I never heard. I didn't know.
You was down.
I am just always a realistic person.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm optimistic, but I'm realistic. So I was like, I don't know. When I tell you, it was fire. That outro,
yes,
I think was the best. Now I'm sure everybody had their favorites, but that outro. And I told you then the production.
Yes.
In that night,
That's
the
right.
production is really
That's
good.
right.
Like it's real. I didn't feel like you were trying to be somebody else. When I hear music on the radio now, I'm like they're following a trend, yes, but I feel like they're all trying to be different.
Right.
And trying to be different, they're all the same.
Right.
And they're not authentic. I didn't listen to any of your tracks thinking that I was hearing somebody that wasn't in the room with us. I didn't feel like it didn't coincide with who you were in that moment. So congratulations to you for being authentic in a time where fakeness and buffoonery is rewarded.
Yes.
So welcome to By Any Means Necessary, and please tell the listeners who you are.
First, thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
We struggled through this campus. I went to school up at William & Mary. I'm familiar with the ODU campus, but I had a little bit of trouble getting here. So thank you for having me. As far as it goes and coming out, and I appreciate, even then that night, I'll let you know, I'm just appreciative for everybody that came out and for you just giving me any type of feedback on it. But I am JBdaPilot, spelled JBdaPilot, but pronounced best rapper.
Die-line.
So that is
JB
me
spits hot fire.
from around here, man, Virginia Beach, born and bred. And that's exactly right. So we here just trying to do the thing, put us on the map and get people familiar with the name and mostly with the music and the project.
You said singer, but you had to say singer-songwriter.
Yeah, we'll say songwriter. That's what I like. Artist. How about that?
Yeah,
we'll say artist.
Okay. And you, when he told us about the music, he originally said rapper, but I would think you would be both.
And I'm glad that you said that just about sounding like other things or chasing a sound. A lot of people, a lot of artists are going for the more melodic thing, and a lot of the songs that are getting a lot of spins are going to have that now. But I never want to go outside of what I feel comfortable doing. Right. So even when people ask me, like, do you consider yourself? Nah, I don't really consider myself a singer. I think
you
just
do what feels comfortable for you. And if it comes out with the melody, that's what it is for that track.
That's exactly how I operate. And I'm not going to be up there, like, doing a bunch of solos or anything like that. If I'm in the studio, because that's where the music making for me comes from. It's just the actual songwriting. So, I have songs in the catalog that I know for a fact I will never use, but writing them for other people, sitting down with some of the producers in the area and being able to scope down and say, one of your artists needs a song, well, I have this that will fit them and things like that. What
do you think the Virginia music scope needs? Because again, there are a lot of people out here in this area who are looking to become artists, but the quality is not the same. So what do we need to do? Anybody listening that wants to take the path that you've taken, because I've heard the tracks and they do sound very professional, very polished. They're on iTunes, available now.
Everywhere. Listen, if you have internet,
like what do you recommend the steps that they take right now?
As far as artistry, I think the first thing would be finding yourself. And a lot of that from my project is what it is. Not even just the content, was what I was living through, but also just sonically finding who I am as an artist to be able to do that. So I think taking the time to do that, and also recognizing that you're going to have your own way. You mentioned the production. A lot of people will say things like, you need to lock in with one producer or two, have this certain aesthetic or to make the project cohesive. And that can be true, and that can be true for certain people. But I also think that if you take the reins of something and if you understand what it is that you're going for, that you can be all right with, whatever your sound is, and being able to hone in on that. As long as
you're yourself, the producer is not going to change who you are.
It's that integrity thing. That's exactly right. So
how many do you have on your album?
I have about.
These are dark times, by the way. Excuse me. Available on all streaming platforms.
All platforms. We were gonna plug it throughout.
Throughout the whole time. We
was gonna rock out. So on the album, These Are Dark Times. It's about 7 to 9 different producers on there with 13 tracks.
All local?
They're not. Some are, with the power. Somebody asked me that the other day, just, are you only using local producers? And I love Virginia for the very fact that we do have, I wouldn't even say that we have a certain sound. We have.
Yeah, we definitely don't.
The Timberlands to don't sound like the Neptunes, don't sound like Bink, don't sound, exactly, like, for artist to Drum to Masego, none of these people, you know what I mean? You feel me? Listen, that's my dog, man. Shout out to Sego, Uncle Sego.
She's gonna be my girlfriend.
None of them sound the same. And so just, we have that bop, we have moves, we have, lyrical rappers, we have just about everything. And I think that is a reflection of the area. We're like a melting pot. We have a lot of the military. We have people coming from New York. We have people coming up from southern states.
Yep.
So
some of everything is here.
I kind of reached out to everybody. So
smart.
People that I have found across the internet, from YouTube to Twitter, beats that I've heard just in friends.
So you went on YouTube and found a beat you would like?
Well, it's more so finding the certain producer.
Okay.
And so I might come across a producer on Twitter, just from somebody saying they dropped this song and this is the producer's name. And I'll, email them or go to their YouTube page.
Did y'all hear this? Now, JB was not here earlier when I was talking about being an entrepreneur, but he said something that was very important just now. He said he did the research. He found the person, he reached out, he emailed, he created his own destiny, and now he has an album that is available on all streaming platforms. Y'all cannot wait for somebody to hand everything to you. If you want something, go get it. He had a vision, he had a dream, he had a goal, he made it happen. He made the connections. He knows people. I'm sure you know people who could have done that for you, who said, I know this person, I know that person, I can connect you. But instead of sitting down and waiting and then being disappointed and it not working out, he took the initiative to do it himself, and now he has this project with this collaborative effort and all these producers that he made happen. Continue.
No, that's a fact. I mean, and as far as it goes, I don't know if I explained that on the listener session even, that the music, some of this stuff was 2014, 2015.
Really?
Being worked on and crafted on since then, and
so this is your first big project?
This is my debut, I would say.
Because I saw something on IG that you did a track with BJ the Chicago Kid.
That's right. These days, also streaming everywhere. We did that, even that song, a lot of people don't know. Shout out to Bink, right there in Norfolk, legendary producer, did a lot of stuff for Rockefeller. Jay-Z, as recently, he did Santorini, Greece for Rick Ross, and all that. Devil in a Blue Dress with Kanye. But linked up with him and was just doing some songwriting and things like that. And BJ the Chicago Kid was actually in town doing a show. And from there, I just reached out to him.
That album is crazy.
It's so good.
Crazy.
He's ill and he's soulful. And I had the song written. The song was actually an older song that I had written, but I said, I want somebody else on the hook because, again, I know what I can do, but I feel like I have an ear for other people when they can do my music. And so from there, I played it for him. He came through the studio. I played it. He said he loved it. I asked him if he would be willing to go ahead and hop on the hook for me.
And he did it.
Yeah, laid the reference. He
That's
went ahead,
dope.
did it.
Shout out to
flew it back.
BJ, the
So,
Chicago
yes,
kid.
yes,
Cupid is
man.
my joint.
Yes.
Cupid, it's a man's world. All of that, and of course, church.
Yes, and that's the thing. He's so soulful. So I didn't know, even when I ran it past him, I said, man, I think you would be really dope for this. I know it's not your typical sound or even your typical content, but he said he loved it, and that was a real big feat for me because I just felt like, man, that validated. You can hear other people say whatever about your music, and that stuff matters. But when a professional, does it and says, "Oh no, this is good. This is quality." So
it's
that
good.
I
It's
appreciate
professional.
that.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
It's professional. So you did an awesome job. I also ask whenever I have somebody in the room and they are an artist, I have to ask this question: top 5 dead or alive. You can mix it up, R&B, hip hop. It could be
that's
straight
too
rap.
hard. Well,
Or who would you say is your biggest inspiration, and who is your go-to artist? I asked you that.
okay. My biggest inspiration, honestly, is gonna be my mom. Yeah, she went to a bunch of school, all the way up to doctorate. 3 different universities: Indiana University, Chicago, and then Indiana State. In theology, in English and literature, and psychology is what she finished out in.
What?
So yeah, she
sounds like an Aquarius. When's your mom's birthday?
Listen, she's going crazy. She's November
Okay.
23rd.
Scorpio.
So yeah, she doesn't know. I don't know any of that
big on
either.
that.
I'm a fake and act like I know what's going on. I'm a Pisces. But no, she's taught me a lot, man.
That's awesome.
Just not even about. It goes beyond, I would say, the artistry. Just the
life.
use of words and literature, how to analyze things, how to look at things from life lessons to relationships,
to
all of that
Mom.
stuff.
That's
And so,
awesome.
yeah, I really relate to that. A lot
I'm
of
sure
the album
she is getting
about
a
her.
kick out of this for you.
It's funny because she is extremely religious, right? And so there's that side of it that's like, come on, man.
Like, I'm proud of you, but baby, don't you
What
want
are
to
you
get on the
talking
altar?
about? Yeah,
You like Lecrae? Lecrae
and
rap?
so it's a little bit of that.
Yeah.
But no, she appreciates just the integrity that I do try to show.
Yeah.
Because I even do mention that throughout the album. It's
Yeah.
just that, the things that I've learned and how I've been raised and things that I've taught versus that conflict of being in the world and having to do what
That
you
good
have
and bad
to do.
angel. Yeah, on
It's
both
that
sides.
sense of duality, and so even that is a lesson that she's taught me, that nothing lasts forever, that there's a season for everything. So I would say that is my biggest inspiration as far as content, but inspiration musically, I would definitely go with Jay-Z.
Okay.
Just because of the use of skill, being able to be like a rapper's rapper, but
Storyteller.
not be caught in that MC like list
you.
type deal. Because
Yeah.
I always tell people, they'll be like, yo, this guy's an MC. And that's what I would get into in terms of my top 5 is
Yeah.
that people get a little bit offended because I don't have
And the categories.
typical,
the whole thing about like Future and Jay-Z, and everybody provides a certain type of, they're in a lane.
Right.
So where Future would be entertainer, I would
Yeah.
not say he's an MC.
Right.
Jay-Z, of course, I would consider to be a storyteller.
Mhm.
But everybody has their own lanes and their own you can appreciate them for certain things. Now me, I love music, so I
Yeah.
would never put like a Future or a Lil Uzi Vert in my top at all.
Whoa.
Like I'm big on Lupe, I'm big on Kendrick, like I'm big on, you know what I'm saying, like Black Thought, those
Okay.
people. That's my because I like listening to music that I might not be able to relate to it, and of
Yeah.
course Jay, but I want to be able to take something from it.
Okay.
Me personally.
I'm rocking.
Now, of course, when you go to the club and you dancing and all that, I ain't trying to hear all the conscious stuff when I'm dancing.
Yeah.
But I'm not a club person. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm 31 years old, so I'm going home. You know what I mean? So when it comes to stuff like that, I get
Yeah.
the divide, and I get the the debate when it comes to stuff like that. So I
Yeah.
feel you.
And that's my thing. I don't know that when people label the MCs, my thing with a lot of people that we call MCs and that are MCs is that their music sometimes doesn't sound as good as I would like it to. And when I say that, I just mean the total package. Is that when I listen to a Jay-Z record, I can still feel like, man, this music is great.
Yeah.
I'm not just only have to focus on
the
words
yeah.
and the
the
content that he's doing. I'm just like,
yeah.
man, he has great beats. Man,
yeah.
his
the
engineering is awesome.
That's
man,
how it should be.
This hook is great. You know, and so a lot of those times I feel like one will suffer because of the other. And just finding, I think that balance, I think he's been the best to do that, you know, to be a rapper's rapper, but be able to make Billboard hits for 20 years.
That crossover appeal.
That's hard.
And it's not just because of the name. You still gotta make good music.
You have to.
And while I think 444 to me was a lecture, it's still good music. I don't know if they're gonna play it in the club,
right? But
I respect the art and the project.
Yeah.
Speaking of arts and projects, y'all gotta hear a track from JB.
Oh, let's get it.
So this is called My Habit, and it's off of do you call it LP? I never understood that. Is it LP?
Yeah, so it came from like the record. I just call it project. We could call it album. I have been saying my album, but the LP just meaning like
streaming confused everything.
So
now.
yeah,
I'm like, album.
It's weird.
It's
they do the EP.
Phone,
they do a lot of people doing that. It's my project. Okay. It's my album.
So off the project from JBdaPilot, These Are Dark Times. Everyone, take a listen to My Habit and let me know what you think.
Money on my head, too much on my mind. I've been on this, I've been on a ride, running through the red. Guess I'm still alive. I ain't wake up dead, but I'm dealing with some habits. I got some habits, issues that I'm having, problems I can't manage. My habits. Then come check me. Never let no nigga press me. Baby girl, you looking heaven. What you doing now? I'm Chesapeake. Touch me and tease me. Let's get it dressed in the sand for a weekend. Oh, what he tweaking? Forget about your money and lame, you should leave her. I pop a on occasion, but I said to turn to a habit. She peed the rollie cause it's presidential, but won't see my name on the ballot. Politicking with your missus. Around this time that she was missing. He said she'll always be his girl. I say there's none of my business. Baby joggers and my Jordans, I'm never stressing what a nigga talking. Why he asking if I'm taking shots? If the body dropping, probably 50 coffin. Slickest one that's in the city with it, I'm stunning on him, boy, I do this often. Chanel belt on my baby girl with the C's up like it come from Slauson. Nah, yeah. I'm on my way, so what's the idea? I brought out inside. Don't do, but I got some. I just might make you my habit. Yeah. Used to want it till I had it. Once I got it, you can't have it. That's my problem, that's my habit. Oh, yeah. This prescription in my system, I won't care until I miss you. I got issues, I got habits. I ain't really with the status. I just can't on off I just put up in a foreign. I can text and drive, it's automatic. I tightrope the line between bragging and modest. And obviously I need to work on my balance. Even if I fall to land in the money, when to tell her, hand me my balance. Shorty said she want a savage. Told her I'ma need a rider. What's the Uber to the pilot? I said Cotton got me tired. I need a baby who gon' listen. I do the dirt, you do the dishes. I've been sinning, God forgive me every time I see you walking in them Christians. She took a hit of the still tryna figure me out. Shorty said we going up. I said whatever, I'm down. I got whatever you want. Girl, it's whatever you need, whatever you please. She took a walk through the closet, now she need a moment to breathe. I'm on my way, so what's the idea? I brought out inside. Don't do, but I got some. I just might make you my habit. Used to want it till I had it. Once I got it, you can't have it. That's my problem, that's my habit. This prescription in my system, I won't care until I miss you. I got issues, I got habits.
Welcome back, everybody listening again. That was My Habit,
Yeah.
the radio edit version. It's
That's
it's
right.
another version on iTunes. Go to iTunes right now and
right.
download JB the Pilot. These are dark times. JB, thank you so much for coming through.
No, I appreciate you seriously and sincerely.
Shout out to Tanya for listening. Hey, well, yes, Team Scorpio. You know I love me some Scorpio. My baby's a Scorpio, okay? Listen, I had me a Pisces. I had to drop him and get me a Scorpio.
See, I'm not going to hate on New Boo, but you know what I mean? We here.
No, I do love y'all. I was telling my friend who was here earlier, I had like literally 2 of my kids are Pisces. My brother's a Pisces. Y'all, I do have a lot of what I will say. Y'all, listen, y'all got some great qualities, but y'all some stubborn. Can't nobody tell y'all nothing.
That's a fact. We stuck in our ways.
Tell y'all nothing. We are about to close out, but y'all know I got to do Dear D Nice. I need some advice. My girl, I'm about to say her name. Lord, this is anonymous. I did get a letter, and I'm going to read that letter for you all. Give me 1 second, and then y'all, JB, since you're here, you can help me with giving her advice. All right. So she says, Dear D Nice, I need some advice. I'm a single mother to 2 girls and a boy, 3 different fathers. I've moved back. Okay, so you left, I guess. I moved back and forth from here to the West Coast often, looking for the best life for them. As you know, kids can be expensive, and I want to give my kids the world, but after bills, it's hard. I understand, honey. They don't know my struggle, so like kids, they do ask a lot from mommy, and mommy will give or always make a way. I'm thinking that I should sit them down and just tell them that things are hard so they will take it easy on asking for stuff, but my mom thinks I should keep it from them and never let them know about the hard times because they are just kids. They're 6, 8, and 10. I don't know, though. As a mom, what do you think? Thank you so much for being an inspiration. Nope, listen, girl. You're welcome for one, and I'm glad that I'm able to be some sort of inspiration to you. Like I said, I take it from y'all, too. I have bad days. Today was one of those days, and I'm just taking the energy right now from JB and from Love earlier because I was not having a good day. So what I will say, honey, is when it comes to me, and like I do all the time when I do D Nice, I need some advice. I am very careful to say that while I'm giving advice, I do want you to, at the end of the day, do what you feel is best for you. But as a mom, what I will say is talk to your kids. I don't tell my kids, of course, the gritty details, but I do let them know. If they're asking for a lot of things and I don't have it, I'm real with them. I just don't say, we'll see. I'll let them know. All right, baby, look, my daughter had a birthday on March 4th, and my son's birthday was on March 6th, and they had everything they wanted. My daughter, she had a embassy suite sleepover, and we went out of town. We did everything because my baby girl got all A's. She is beautiful. She is giving. She tutors her whole classroom. She's only 9, and she's freaking amazing. So, and my son, same thing. I did what he wanted. We went out shopping. He turned 7, so he got 7 things from the store. We went out to dinner. We did all that stuff, and it was there. But because of that, things are tight now. So when my daughter came and she asked, could she go get some shoes? I told her, well, no, baby, because we did your birthday, and it was very big and it was grand, but mommy doesn't have it. Talk to your children. Again, you don't got to tell them again. I don't know, baby, your daddy ain't give me child support, so blah. Don't do all of that. You don't want to say negative things, but you do want to say realistic things so they can know the value of money, and they can be a shoulder you can lean on. My mom was not one to be very vocal about things and things she was going through, but I was a smart child. I remember being 7 and being very aware of certain things, and it might have started younger. So your kids will know you're not telling them things, and they pick up on stuff, and that can make them uncomfortable. Be real with them. Talk to them. You know what I mean? If it's a bad time for you, if you're emotional and you're crying, that's not the time to do it. Don't do it when you're upset and when you are, going through a heavy emotion. Just wait until you're calm and pull them aside and talk to them and be real. I'm all about being open and being honest. My kids had a really hard year last year. We had a lot of changes. But I talked to them about it, and those are my road dogs, so we got through it. What do you think?
That's, first of all, great advice.
Thank you.
As far as it goes, I, like many of us, grew up in a single parent home, a broken home, and my mother would sometimes try to, I guess, overcompensate just for that, because she felt like
Same.
I needed more love or more things to make up for that missing parent. And so with that, I kind of grew up not even realizing what her financial status was.
Right.
And
I
for
thought
that,
my mom was rich.
I'm like, okay,
Yep.
we good.
Yep.
It wasn't until later that I figured out, how hard she was grinding to make that happen.
Exactly.
And it made me feel a way, just in terms of not being able, even given the opportunity to be there for her during those times,
Yep.
or that I was kind of ignorant to that. So my own attitude, even when I may not have received something, or
Exactly. Was ungrateful. You didn't even need to.
I didn't
and
even
then
know
she's
that.
feeling like he being
Yeah.
ungrateful. I'm going through all this. You had no idea.
Right.
Yep.
Right. So it wasn't until later, even like I'm talking teenage years, 17, 18, where, it comes to filing taxes and doing all of those
Yeah.
things. And I'm looking like, oh, wait a minute, you're
Yep.
not where I
Exactly.
thought that you
Yep.
were. And so I would say, just be as transparent as possible for their age group. Like you said,
exactly.
in terms
You don't
of,
want to do too much
Yeah.
and go into being negative. None of that.
right.
But be up, be real, be honest. Thank you for reaching out. If you're listening and again and you need some advice, hit me up 360A and P at gmail.com. As always, peace, love, light, good night. Thank you for listening, for watching. Share this video. Check out JB the Pilot
These are dark
on
times.
all streaming platforms.
Yeah.
These are dark times. And again, Lavinia and I will be on March 24th at the Coffee and Tea Expo. I am hosting that event. That is all day on the 24th of March. It is 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Okay.
Come through, get some tea, get some coffee, meet some entrepreneurs, buy some by any means necessary gear. Come through the building.
Yes.
Also, I want to shout out all the grads. Our day is coming. Shout out to all the BAL graduates. We have May 4th is our graduation at 2 o'clock. So I'm a little bit hype about that. Getting up out of here. Catch the show on Sunday by any means necessary at 5 o'clock from the home studio in Hampton. If you are a business owner, especially restaurant owner, get at me. I want you on my show. I want to come and I want to film a segment on your premises. So let me know. Thank you all for watching. Y'all have a good night. Bye.